Amazing. Thank you. Mansi.
Hi, everyone. So for me, learning breathwork has been on my bucket list from past 5, 6 years. And from you, especially, Alex. Like we shared this few days back also. And luckily, I got this opportunity that 2 days online, I can connect with you, learn the technique from you, at least get an insight of it.
Mm,
And I didn't want to miss this opportunity.
amazing. Okay, one or two more. Why you guys are here? Maybe there is something challenging that you're navigating, and you feel you need some kind of support. Everything's welcome, or you've got a relationship that. Yeah. Why are you here? Who would like to share? Flora. Good to see you, Flora.
Hi again, Alex. Good to see you again. I bring my husband today. Okay, so the reason I am in this class today is because, like I said, when we met, I always feel that there is something within my body, an energy different from my thought. Even though I really want to feel a certain way, or I really want to imagine and feel a certain way, it's like there's something within me that resists that. And it's quite relentless because I've been fighting the same thing for quite, yeah, a number of years. So every time I breathe and I breathe rapidly, I feel like that is, I feel like I want to cry for unknown reason. So I suspect there's something within my body that needs to be released, and breath is somehow connected to it. So when I met you, I mean, when I heard about breath work, I thought this probably is the
Mm,
possible ways to do it. So I'm here
mm.
and ready to explore.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Flora. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So I would say it's about time, 6:02. So let's begin. So let's just invitation to close your eyes. Drop your shoulders. Let's receive one deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and let it out. And just drop into your breath, taking a moment to connect to the different sounds around you. And just take a moment to check in. How do I feel in this space where you are? Feel the energy of the room you're in. See, we are animals, and as such, we're constantly assessing whether we're safe or not. So wherever you arrive somewhere, taking a moment to check in, says, "Oh, this is how I feel in this space." Honoring that part of you that needs to feel safe. How do I feel? Without judging it. And through the nose, inhale. Open your mouth and let it go. And with your eyes closed, inviting you now to connect a little bit to the energy of the participants in this Zoom room. Maybe you just arrived and you're just looking at faces. Maybe you've been here for an hour. So if you're arriving, just close your eyes and just check in. How do I feel with these people? Yeah, beautiful Elodie. Close your eyes. How do I feel? Genuinely, maybe there is some curiosity or any other emotion that came. How do I feel about these people? And then there is me. How do you feel with me? We always want to listen with the mind, but what if I listen with my body without judging how I feel? How do I feel with these people? How do I feel with Alex? Through the nose, inhale. And through the mouth, let it go. And I invite you now to do a little scan of your body. Hello, my love. This is how I like to check my body. Like a lover giving full undivided attention to my lovely partner. Hey, I'm listening. How you doing? And I look for points of tension, points of bliss in my body. I'm listening. I'm really giving you all my attention. And with that, you scan the body. How am I feeling today? Through the nose, inhale. And exhale. And now is the moment I invite you to set an intention. Why are you here? And again, maybe there is a superficial reason. Maybe you're curious about me, about breath work, but maybe there is something deeper. Maybe there is something today that is calling you to be here. Why are you here? And set your intention. Maybe it's a question that needs answer. Maybe it's a decision that you need to make. Or perhaps you're confused or you haven't finished business with someone and you wish to bring that person to your awareness, someone who's alive or who passed away. Why are you here? The nose, inhale. Open your mouth and let it go. Keep your eyes closed. I'd just like to take a moment to honor the place I'm in and giving you the opportunity, if that feels right, to do the same. Feel very blessed to be surrounded by amazing humans, taking care of the land around me, or making offerings, taking care of the altar with me every day. So taking a moment to connect to Mama Bali, Pachamama, Mother Earth, and Father Sky. A way also to connect to our ancestors and protectors and guides, whoever they are in your culture. Just inviting some presence of guardians and wherever feels you want to bring in with us today. An invitation to put your hands on your heart, inviting your guide within. Be there and be your anchor. I'm going to spend a bit of time in the mind. So just take a moment to check in and how's my heart? And let's receive 3 breaths to open our 2 days. Inhale and out. 2 more times. Inhale. Opening your wings, opening your eyes. Inhale. Welcome, everyone. And let's just take a moment to look at the different faces. You don't have to be in spotlight. I do that for the recording, but take a moment to look at the different people who have come together, to be in this space. Yeah, look at all these beautiful faces. This tribe of humans coming to connect. I'll be talking for a while and then we will be breathing. I want to reinforce the importance of having your camera on for my safety and for everybody's safety. So it's okay if your camera is off for now, but just as a warning, I will remove you from the group if your camera is off during breath work, just to respect everybody's energy, and we don't want anyone doing things we cannot control and not being fully present. So if you...
my computer, they have the problem, cannot turn on the camera.
Okay, so we'll make an exception, Praderm.
Yeah.
If you're not Praderm, and I will not
Yeah.
accept that excuse twice, guys.
Yeah.
Only Praderm
Okay.
has this excuse. Okay,
Yes.
thank you, Praderm.
Yes, and
Yes.
that's my husband, so I'm vouching for him.
Okay, thank you. And everyone else, I will invite you to turn on your camera before we start breathing. All right, my friends. Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you so much for making the time to be here, to trust me with your attention and your time. I really want to honor and thank you for the attention and the energy that I feel right now already with all of you. I feel your presence, I feel your attention, and that feels amazing. A little bit about the flowgram for the day. So we're going to spend about a bit less than 3 hours together. We'll start with a little authentic relating game. And the intention is for you to fully arrive and connect and have a moment where you can actually express yourself. I do believe that the secret of breathwork is how we create safety for people prior to the session. So I want you to experience that. So we're going to be giving you that opportunity to connect, and I'll speak to that in a minute. And then after that, we'll come together for a little lecture. I'll share some things about breathwork and tell you what it's all about. And then we will be breathing. And then after that, there'll be space, little space for integration. I will encourage you to integrate at home through journaling, but I will also remain present and available beyond the 3 hours if someone needs integration. So you don't have to feel that this is too much and no one will be there for you. My commitment is I'll be there until everyone feels integrated after this session, regardless of the time. And that's going to be it for today. And tomorrow we will be focusing on cold bath. So another amazing trauma healing modality. The way I approach the ice is very different from Wim Hof and other YouTubers, very much centered to how we connect to ourselves deeply, how to release stuck energies and emotions through power of the ice. So that's going to be a bit on the agenda for tomorrow. I will make time for questions, but it's easier because of how you are quite many of you. If you write down your questions, and I have beautiful Ele and Mehek who will be helping me with the questions. So that's a little bit on the housekeeping. Any question on the housekeeping? No, pretty much okay. Okay, so I need your full attention to explain the authentic relating game. So the idea is to connect through the heart. And this is not something that we are used to do. We usually connect in a way that is very guarded. And we'll talk about that in my lecture, but basically you're right here and you don't know me, you don't know people here. So it's normal that you just protect yourself. And you protect yourself through wearing masks. So you might be happy today, you might feel there is a story you want to share, but the truth is we are protecting our hearts. So the intention with authentic relating games is to get you to drop into safety and to share from the heart. So we're going to do that in a safe way because you're going to be in a breakout room with only one person. And that's not, and your conversation will not be recorded. So it's going to be very much about just the two of you being connected. See, there are 3 levels of communication. The first one is informational, where I share my knowledge, you're listening, maybe you share your knowledge, I'm listening. And this is how we connect with most people, just through the mind. Oh, this is what I watched in the news, this is what I heard, blah, blah, blah. The second one we keep for our close relatives and partners. It's personal, where we share about our intimacy and things that is in our heart and how we feel. And we feel amazing when we enter that level of connection. Now, real intimacy happens in the 3rd level, when it becomes interpersonal. And this is what we're going to be doing. Now, you're going to be invited not to talk about yourself, but to talk about how you're being impacted by the other person. So you're no longer talking about you or them, but you're talking about us, how I feel when I'm with you. So this is how it's going to go. I'm going to give you a prompt question. Yeah. The first prompt question is the one thing I want you to know about me. And you're going to reveal that to the person in front of you. The one thing I want you to know about me. Now, listen, one person will be talking and one person will be listening. So for 1 minute, the person with the longest hair will go first. Yeah, so there will be only one person talking, the one with the longest hair. You can define that. I never win this one. Yeah, so you're going to see someone on the screen. If you have longer hair, you go first. And you're going to talk for 1 minute. You have to time yourself because you're going to be in the breakout rooms for the whole game. So you need to have a timer. And you say, the one thing I want you to know about me, and you speak for 1 minute. If you have shorter hair, zip it. You're only listening. It's not a conversation, but you're listening with your whole body. Because after 1 minute, it will be your turn to respond. And you're going to say something that starts with, hearing that I feel. Hearing that I feel. Now, there is one word that is not allowed, and it's the word you. You can't say, hearing that I feel you're very brave. No, leave them alone. You only talk about yourself. You're not allowed to talk about the other person. And if the person does, you interrupt them. Hearing that, I feel super connected with you because I have the similar story and this is my story. Hearing that, I feel some contraction in my body. Now we are learning to feel. We are learning to connecting to our bodies, to our sensations, to our emotional body. Yeah, so this is the game we are playing. One person talks for 1 minute. The other is listening. And then he responds, hearing that I feel. And for 1 minute, they reveal their experience. And then we switch roles. Now, if you were talking, you talk again, saying, the one thing I want you to know about me is, for 1 minute, and you time yourself. And the other person says, hearing that I feel, how they are being impacted. So overall, you're going to be 4 minutes together in the breakout room. Yeah, I'll copy paste the instruction in the breakout rooms for everyone to read. You'll have them there. Yeah, but the first question for the person with the longest hair is, the one thing I want you to know about me is. The one thing I want you to know about me is. Everybody's clear? Can I get some thumbs up? Yeah, so I'll show you in breakout rooms now. So please turn on your cameras, guys. Half of, yeah, some of you at the end, Antonia, in the second, Antonia, Henna, CY, Groot, guys, Sonakshi, cameras on.
Alex, I have a question in the chat.
Go ahead.
Oh, the one thing I want you to know about me means me or me means you, Alex?
I know, me means me.
Oh, okay.
So
Myself,
you
yeah? Okay.
reveal something you want them to know about you.
Oh, I see.
Be
Okay.
real, guys. This is how you're going to create safety. The secret, I tell you, the secret, the more open and vulnerable and authentic you're going to be, the more you're going to receive. I told you in one of my videos, the more you give, the more you receive. So the more you give of yourself, the more you're going to receive today. The more guarded and protected you are, the less it's going to work. Yeah. So
Okay.
the one thing I want you to know about me.
Okay.
Any other questions? How many are you?
Sorry, and is it, Alex, in any context of what we're going through or something that we've been through?
Whatever you want them to know about you. Whatever. You got 1 minute. So everybody has a timer. No, you all don't talk about me. Please, that would be very boring. Okay, I send you to breakout rooms now. It's all random, huh? Everybody's back, right? Yeah, it was good. Can I get some thumbs up? All good, that worked.
Great.
Everybody's cool. Okay, so we do a second round. I'm recreating. The second round, the question is, I don't know why I have. The one thing I don't want you to know about me. Okay, so you're going to be with someone else. The person with the brightest clothes will go first. Okay, so brightest clothes, you go first. Be real, people. What is the one thing you don't want that person to know about you? Yeah, and then once the 1 minute is over, second person, hearing that I feel, how you're being impacted. And then we switch roles. Okay, I open all the rooms. Enjoy. We have everybody back. Yeah, did it work? Everybody? Can I get some thumbs up? Yeah, cool. So good, so far so good. Was easy so far? Oh my God, a lot of thumbs up. Thank you, Tarek. Cool. All right, shall we spice it up a little bit? Oh, Guanta is either hot or emotional. Third round, let's do the question. The following question is the one thing I've done in my life I'm the most ashamed of. The one thing I've done in my life I'm the most ashamed of. Okay. So this time I want the biggest liar to go first. If you're not sure who is the biggest liar, you can compare noses. Okay. So you check who has the longest nose. This one is going first. Okay. The one thing I've done in my life, and you still have 4 minutes. So make sure you check the time. If you don't have anyone in your room, you can come back to the main room, but normally everybody should be joining. Okay. The one thing I've done in my life, I'm the most ashamed of. Biggest liar goes first, and then you have a total of 4 minutes. Enjoy. So let's do a last round. This time it's going to be, what are we going to do? The rudest person will go first. The Australians, they win. But for, I'm joking, come on. It's the one with the longest middle finger will win. So you can compare middle fingers. And the question is, the one thing I've done in my life I'm the most proud of. The one thing I've done in my life I'm the most proud of. Okay. All right. So we are going for another 4 minutes. Don't forget to thank your partner. Make sure you have a timer. The one thing I've done in my life I'm the most proud of. And enjoy. All right, guys, giving me some feedback. How was it? Popcorn style. Give me some feedback. How was this? So unmute and share how was the experience.
Can I share?
Yeah, randomly, just share.
So, Alex, one thing really showed up for me was that I used to think that all the materialistic things or, things for the world mattered me the most, and I'm proud of them. But when randomly you said this question, the only thing that came were my most close relationships. And being able to maintain them beautifully, I'm super proud of myself. And I've never thought it like that. It never
Amazing.
occurred to me like that. So that was one very big thing that showed up. And also one more thing, the thing I'm ashamed for. So past few days, I don't know why this thing was showing up in my life, and I wanted to heal that because this
Amazing.
was some topic I never addressed. And today, was the minute I spoke about it, I felt there was some relaxation in me.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Give me some feedback, guys. How was it, popcorn style? How do you feel about the connection and how more connected or not you feel in the space? Unmute yourself and share in a popcorn style way.
I
Amazing.
just didn't expect my reaction to be what it was. I surprised myself in a good way.
Thank you. Go ahead, Amanda.
Yeah, it was so rewarding, and my partners, there was a lot of similar connection and love, and I was proud of what I shared too. I went really deep, so it was really vulnerable.
Nyasha.
Oh, this was really lovely. I got to open up so deep to the things that I never thought I would open up to anyone. This was a life-changing experience for me. I feel my heart is so full. It was just a great experience.
Amazing. We can't hear you too well, Nyasha, but we feel your energy. Sarika.
Yeah, for me, it was beautiful. Even just to come to realization, like, what is it that I'm ashamed of? It was like, when you pose the question, I was like, well, I don't know what to think about it. But the moment I was there in that space, it just quickly connects you, and it there brings up a memory here. Okay. So trusting that, and what is coming through. That's beautiful.
Amazing, guys. Do you have any question on this little connection game? Okay. All right. So in that case, let's receive one breath. Okay. So now I'm going to be talking for a bit about the breath. Thank you, Vidhu. Here is the thing is most traumas happen in connection. And that's why healing happens also in connection. And that's what I love about creating such games prior to breathwork, just to get people to arrive and to connect and to feel a little bit safer. What I love about this game is you can play it with, 10 people when I'm facilitating in person, but I could do it with 5,000 people in a room, just getting people to pair with their neighbors or online. It's just the idea of creating a moment of one-on-one connection, because the secret is we all need and we all crave to be heard, to be seen, to be appreciated, to be validated. And it doesn't have to be by me. You can appreciate how safer you feel in the group, even if I didn't hear you. And it's not for me to listen to you, for you to feel actually the fact that 3 strangers gave me some attention and were present. I do feel more in my body. I feel I'm arriving more, and that's what I wanted, and I hope that's what you experienced. So, little talk about the breath. What's special about breathing cold is I will tell you a secret. I think I use breathwork as an excuse to get you here. The truth is, I don't think that breathwork is so important. I call this program the lost art of being human. And what we are really craving, our soul is calling, is true, honest, vulnerable, authentic connections. And we don't know where to find them. What I love about breathwork is it gives us a practical tool for us to access some parts of our unconscious and subconscious. And if we are in a container where we trust, where we feel safe, then we might let go of some of the protection, the mask, the armors that we've been carrying. So I want to talk a little bit about that today. When we are born, everything changes. We're very happy in the mother's womb. We have everything for us. And then we come out of it, and it's a struggle after that. We are just craving to reconnect to that place. All our life, we are wanting to feel that wholeness, where we don't want anything, we don't need anything, all our needs are being met. And somehow it's impossible, because this is something that we had, and somehow we remember that we had it, but we don't know how to get it. And we spend all our life looking to access it, and we look in the wrong places. So let's understand why. As we arrive in this world, we're not finished. Unlike other animals, if we don't have our mother, usually our prime caretakers take care of us, we're going to die. We cannot survive without our mother, but in general, our prime caretaker. So we know that that relation is so essential for survival. Very soon we realize we have another need as an individual human, is to express what makes us different from our mothers, is expressing our authentic self. So that's why we start rejecting the food, expressing ourselves, finding our voice. Unfortunately, because of culture that is toxic, because of rules and guidelines of right behavior and what's expected from humans to behave in a, such toxic culture that we live in, we are not welcoming our self-expression. You're too loud, you misbehave, and we are very soon receiving the message that when we behave in a certain way, we receive love, we receive attention, we receive care, we are going to be fed. And when we misbehave, when we express our authentic self, we are being rejected. Go to your room, I love you when you smile, don't cry, don't misbehave, don't make a tantrum. So very soon we're faced with a choice. Do I choose connection or do I choose self-expression, authentic expression? And remember, if I don't maintain that connection with my primary caretaker, I'm going to die. So the choice is very simple, and we choose connection. And this is something that we carry all our life. We are then facing this idea that if I am surrounded with people, if I have a tribe around me, then I will survive. So somehow we spend all our life attuning, joining the code of our tribes. And we very early learn that we need to suppress ourselves. And that's why we get drunk when everybody's getting drunk. And it's not almost like anyone wants to get drunk. It's just some kind of a story that is being told a long time ago that when you are a student, you get drunk. And I'm pretty sure that it's not necessarily something that anyone wants to do, but that's the code of that place. And whatever tribe we join, we just want to be accepted, we want to be loved, we want to be seen, we want to be validated, and we just compromise our authentic expression. And here is the punchline. That is a lie. And the moment we realize that we live in an illusion, that actually the more we express our authentic self, the more it creates connection, then it's a game changer. And we see that over and over. When you see someone who is in their full expression, we love them. We don't have to agree with them. We don't have to align with their values, but we're attracted to them. We feel we want what they have because somehow our soul is calling for that expression of ourselves. Now, let's go back to when we were children and somehow we have facing some emotions that are coming, anger, pleasure, and we are told that it's not okay to feel them. How do we do that? We just bury them inside. How we bury them inside? Through muscular tension. We contract. And those muscular tension, they create some discomfort in the body. And then we develop something to cover those muscular tensions, and it's called a personality. We are constantly now developing behaviors, aspects of us that are an adaptation to our environment. That's what your personality is. And now you realize that all your life, all aspects of your choices, your behavior, your habits, they are just adaptation to your environment. And we can see that, the French are like that, and the Swiss are like that. The women are like that, and the men are like that. And we just think, well, that's what it is. But no, it's just that we've just learned to adapt, to survive by adapting and building some second nature. But deep down, that's why you guys are here. We know that it's not our true nature. And whatever coping mechanism, whatever habit we develop, is not nourishing our soul. Like one of you was sharing, yes, we think, well, yeah, if I make money, then I'm going to be recognized. And then we make money and nothing changes. When I'm going to be famous, then all of a sudden, everything, I'm going to be loved and validated, and then we become famous and nothing changes. And they say that there's 2 ways to make someone unhappy. Don't give them what they want, or give them what they want. And we see it over and over with people who are successful, how unsatisfying it is. And it's just that people are compensating. They are trying to be okay, but deep down they're not okay. And we see that around the world with people being more and more disconnected from themselves. The more we are connected online, the more lonely we feel, the more less embodied we are, because we are in our minds. We are just stuck in our thoughts and patterns and behaviors. But remember that the role of the brain is to keep you safe, not happy. And the role of the brain is to develop those armors, those coping mechanisms, those behaviors that's going to keep you safe. And somehow your soul is crying. What has it to do with breathwork? Now, we have those tensions. The tensions are in the fascia system, is net of connective tissues that are actually connecting all our organs, all our bodies, all our muscles. If you don't have fascia, you're a bag of bones on the floor. Your muscles cannot hold together. It's the fascia that keep it together. And they're all connected. That's why we cannot just address one specific part of the body. They're all communicating with each other. But every time you experience some kind of lack of authenticity, it is associated with a breath hold. It is associated with a tension. And now the breath becomes an autobiography. The way you breathe tells me everything about your loves and your losses. It tells me everything about your life. And now your posture, the way you look, your tensions are an autobiography. They tell me everything about your relationship with your mother, with your father, how free you are or not. So you want to know what is a free body? It's a multi-orgasmic body. When you have access to this fully and multiple orgasmic body, then all of a sudden the energy flows through the fascia. You know, we always talk about the energy, the prana. Where does it move? It moves through the fascia system. And it's being stuck with knots and tensions. And we can see them. We can see them when you look at someone. If you pay attention, you can see where the energy is stuck. You can feel it. It might be tension in the jaw. It might be a protection through bended shoulders. It could be a breath that is stuck and the exhale doesn't work. The inhale is forced and it becomes a behavior with, a strong chest. So now what I find fantastic, you can look at someone and instead of judging them, you can just be curious. Says, oh, she's like that. That's interesting. He's behaving like that. Well, that's interesting. What I love about those modalities is from judgment and opinion, I've shifted to curiosity and compassion for absolutely everybody. And of course, for me, it's been a journey to do that with myself, and it's been incredible. Now, today we're going to be breathing together. What happens when we breathe in the way we're going to breathe today, and some of you are breathwork facilitators, so now you've got a different perspective on what it is that is breathwork. It's getting that prana energy to move again, fully. And how we do that by connecting the inhale and the exhale with the inhale. When we breathe in a connected way, when there is no longer a pause between the inhale and the exhale, then finally for a moment, the energy starts flowing in the body. And when the energy flows, what happens? Naturally, the body will direct the energy where it needs and tensions start to get released. We do that through movement, and I will invite you to move when you breathe. We do that through sounds, and I really invite you to make sounds. You know, I mentioned multi-orgasmic body. Well, what do you do when you have an orgasm? You make a sound. Yeah, so those channels are very connected. So when you are consciously making sounds, you are kind of communicating also with your pelvic intelligence. And you are allowing that pelvic intelligence to come. And that's very much your source, your anchor, your purpose in the world is very anchored to that. So bring the voice and reclaim your voice. And what I love about doing this online, you're muted. You're alone in your home, so please take advantage of that today, and please enjoy your voice and be loud. And if you feel pleasure, make sounds of pleasure. And if anger is calm, make sounds of anger. You have another job today besides breathing in a connected way, is to get out of your own way. Whenever you're surmoi, when there is the part that is going to come to suppress yourself, get out of the way. And if you're not alone, then make yourself alone. Just clear the space, find a space to be alone. Or, and if you are not alone, then be okay with the sounds around you, you know? So we are breathing in a connected way. It doesn't matter if it's the nose or the mouth. If it's the mouth, it's going to be more intense. If it's the nose, it's going to be more soft. The mouth is the accelerator. The nose is the brake. You choose. You want more sensation, increase the pace. It's too much, you want to slow it down, switch to the nose. Maybe you're going to play with both. It's your breath. Here is a little secret. Today, breathe differently. If you're the kind of person who's always soft, always gentle, then push yourself. If you're an overachiever and you're strong and you do everything better than everyone, then be super soft. If you do things differently, you're going to have a different result. Yeah? So we breathe, we make sounds, we move, because when we move, we release the fascia. And when we release the fascia, we get access those nadis, those points of knots in the body. And then we use the stethoscopes, the hands that are very much connected to the heart center. So today, touch yourself. And it's crazy how we've been told that it's not okay to touch ourselves, and how touching ourselves is associated with sexuality and it's not appropriate. My God, what world we live in. When we touch ourselves, literally our heart takes over, because our hands, they know where to bring the medicine. So let your hands touch your body. Your hands will want to go where the tension has been held. And before you know it, you're going to be massaging your jaw. You're going to be caressing your eyes. And that's maybe because you have seen something you should not have seen. And maybe because you've had your eyes closed all your life and it's time for you to open your eyes. And maybe it's because you've wanted to express your truth and you were not having space for that. See, somehow your hands will know where to go. And for some reason that I don't have the time to explain, but when we breathe in a connected way, we're somehow reducing the access of oxygen to the prefrontal cortex. So the part of the brain that is in charge of the future and the past gets shut down, and the inhibition center gets shut down. That's why people cry in breath work, because you don't care anymore about what people think. That's what's magical about breath work. So today, breathe. Breathe like you never breathed before. You want to breathe from your belly, then from your chest, and then even you want to breathe from your head. You want that energy to move. And then your hands are flowing and your wings are opening. And then your hands go where the energy needs to go. And maybe it's in your belly and you get in there. The best part, because I'm not there to touch you, your hands, you will know where to go and you will know how hard or how soft to be. Sometimes your body will want some tough, strong touch. You will need this masculine presence of, I'm just bringing resistance to a part and I breathe through it. Sometimes he will want a loving motherly touch. So allow your hands to, I'll be the only one being filmed. So allow your hands to touch you in a way that your body is craving to be touched. And we all look in the wrong places for that beautiful, emotional, loving touch. So give yourself that gift today of being present, of allowing your breath to flow. And whenever emotions will come, just let them come. Let yourself be flooded. And maybe you will have protectors, managers in the language of IFS that's going to come and says, you know what? No, I don't want to cry. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be angry. Let's not go there. I don't like this. So observe those thoughts, observe those protection, thank them. And if that feels right, tell them that, maybe I do feel safe. Maybe I do feel I can trust. And then you allow yourself to feel what needs to be felt. Yeah. And my promise to you is there will be space until you feel integrated at the end. So you will not be left by yourself at the end. If there is no space, I will be there. I will pause if there are questions. You can unmute, raise your hand electronically, and you can ask questions.
Wanted to ask about the breath thing. Should we just breathe normally? That's it. And deep breathing, what kind of breathing should I do?
You will need to breathe in a connected way. Inhale,
Okay.
connected to the exhale.
Inhale connected to the exhale. Okay.
Anything else?
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So before we breathe, because after the breath, you're gonna be out of it. So I want to share a little bit about what my intention is for these 2 days. I'm really excited because I've been facilitating for 10 years, and many of my graduates are in the room here. And I've been doing it during COVID, online and in person. And then after COVID, I said, oh my God, I'm done with online. Thank you very much. And I've facilitated more than after that 400 people in person. So we have 500 or 600 graduates. And finally, I have recorded for 2 weeks crazy amount of content online. I'm frustrated in my in-person trainings because I don't always have time to share everything I want to share. And I finally got it, and I finally put it together. So now I have 3 offerings. I have a facilitator training in person in India, end of November. Another one in Bali in person in January. And then I have a 9-month container, and you're the first to know about it, that will be with online sessions. So I have pre-recorded all the knowledge, and I think it's close to 30 hours of content pre-recorded, and then you have amazing speakers coming in as well. And we will meet every 2 weeks for 3 hours of practices and Q&A, and it's a certification. So, but the truth is, breathwork is an excuse. What people get out of training with me is reconnecting to their authentic self, is feeling that there can be humans. They don't have to live a different life than the life that their soul is calling. And it's a very, very, very vulnerable and authentic place where I share absolutely transparently everything about my life and everything about these practices. So on the other side, you come out with a sense of deep love for yourself, an appreciation for all your parts, and a sense that, oh my God, I can just be human and I'm okay, and I don't have to evolve, I don't have to change, I don't have to improve, I don't have to be different, I can just be myself. And it's the best gift I have for the world. And it's a pilot because it's going to be a 2-year certification next, and it will be a $9,000 program. But it's a pilot, and I do for 9 months, and I only take 20 people. So whoever wants to connect with me on that, you will get all the details after. But if you want to literally reconnect to your best life, but also I will guide you to understand why you are who you are, why you behave the way you behave. Everything I will give you the key, and they are completely obvious to why you are the way you are. And it's like, oh my God, once you understand the intelligence of the bioenergetic of the body, you will never go back. And I don't understand why not everybody is educated on this, really. Like the intelligence of the body. It's common sense, shoulders, what are you carrying? Your knees, getting you to move forward in the world. Your ankle, which direction to take. I mean, it's whatever the body's function is, it's actually, so basically every time you have any kind of manifestation in the body, it's the body saying, knock, knock, I have something for you to pay attention to. I have a message for you. And when you learn to listen to the body, then you will love your body. So self-love for me is loving the manifestation of the body. And once you are in love with your body, you will never be sick and angry at your body. You will never be hurt and be angry at your body. You will just be receptive and curious, and you will live in, literally, you will live in a state of ecstasy, because you will be laughing all the time at yourself, saying, oh, here we go again. Again, my little toe is hurting, and it's always the little toe on the right side that I hurt, blah, blah, blah. And you will understand autoimmune disease and cancer and diabetes and polyarthritis and all the manifestation. And all these get to be released through those modalities that we study together. So again, breathwork is just an excuse. Is one of the tools we use, but it's a way to create space, such as Qigong, Tai Chi, meditation, all the modalities they're all the same. They all say the same thing. We need space to listen. And when we listen to the intelligence of the body, then we get it. So send me emails, send me direct messages. I'll stay at the end to talk about it, but you're probably going to be in another world, so I don't want to be bothering you then with the marketing things. But 20 of you will be blessed with a life-changing experience with me. I don't remember the price, but I think it's between $2,000 and $3,000. I'm also very comfortable with talking about money. For me, it's just energy. So people who are struggling financially, I always help them. People who are making a big impact in the world, I help them. And yeah, that's all I have to say on that. And happily connect with you guys at the end. All right, my friends, now is the time for you to set up your space. I recommend you start sitting and then you move to laying down. Why? Because sitting you can move better, but you are sovereign. You do what you want. Yeah, so I'll give you 2-3 minutes to set up your space. The camera, please, to your head so I can look at what's going on. And we will remove whoever has their camera off. So that is said. So please set up your space. You will not necessarily need to look at me. So you don't need that. I will be, yeah. Yes, thank you, Antonia. I know you're not Antonia, but yes, take a toilet break, guys. This is absolutely essential. And as we do that, little warning, never do this while swimming, while driving. This is potentially, you could potentially a little bit pass out doing this. What you might experience while people are coming, you might experience some tingling sensation because we are playing with the oxygen and the CO2 in the body. So tingling sensation are common. You might get lightheaded, dizzy. That's why it's important that you're in a safe environment, that you cannot hurt yourself while doing this. And that's it, friends. Again, emotions are likely to be what you would be experiencing. So enjoy that the time, and I want to make space for integration. So for those of you who are not ready, take all the time you need. A few words before we open the circle for shares. I facilitated more than 7,000 people over the last 10 years. And for me, what we're going to do is the whole purpose of breathwork. In my experience, breathwork is prep work. The real magic happens in the circle when we allow ourselves to be seen, when we show what authenticity and vulnerability really means. I want you to know two things. First of all, when you open up, it takes a lot of courage, and it's an integral part of your healing process to be able to put words and express what has been suppressed, what has been repressed. But it's also a responsibility. Because when you open up and when you share about what happened to you or what you did to someone, you give permission to someone else to do the same. And that's, here you go, here is your collective responsibility. I do believe that the secret of healing, which is return to wholeness, lies in the ability to share authentically what happened to us and what we did to others. Because then it gives space to others to do the same, to feel that whatever happened, I can share fully without being judged. So I have some guidelines for us to feel safe. First of all, and that's the part where I'm the only one who's going to be filmed, because I think it's important for the world to see what integration means and what a circle is about. But I want you to feel safe and know that, yeah, whatever you share remains confidential, that there is no name associated with those shares. And you can always reach out to me after asking for an editing of the video so that you feel fully safe in the share. But it's a little bit tricky being online. The second thing is, I invite you to speak from your heart and not your mind. So it's not a space where your knowledge is welcome. It's not a place for opinion. It's a space for talking about your own experience. We'll have one speaker at a time. And sorry. I invite you, when you're done with your share, to put your hand down and say aho, just as a sign that you feel complete with your share. And the American Indians are very allowing us to use this sign. If you see me do this, it means you are generalizing and not talking about yourself. So I'll bring you back to your own experience. Instead of we and you, and just say I instead. And if someone shares something and it resonates with you, please do that so they don't feel alone in their share. It's something powerful about feeling resonance in a community. Lastly, there is a little problem with your names, guys. There is a lot of Antonia Eder. I think she shared the link to this Zoom call. So if you can edit your name and put your real name, then I can actually address you instead of having everybody called Antonia. So if your name is not the right one, please edit your name, and then we'll be sharing. I do want to invite personal shares. So not so much shares about physical sensations for now, but if something got triggered and you want the space to be heard, I would love for you to honor us with your share. So if you agree with the guidelines, please join me and put your hand down, and we're all going to say aho. Okay.
Aho.
Right. Thank you for unmuting. The circle is now open. Who would like to go first? Raise your hand electronically, please, so I know who wants to speak next. Do we have a brave person who wished to share about their experience? Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah. So for me, it was. Can you hear me well?
Yes. Are you open to me sharing your image as well?
Sure. Sure. Absolutely.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah. For me, it was. I feel so much in love with this journey, and I don't know. I've done many times, but this time I feel like it was very beautiful. I saw colors, so it was really connected to chakras, and I saw especially the blue. And during the shoots and the breath hold was like I also saw purple, and it was at some point I was even not listening your voice anymore, and even not the music. I was in a complete realm for myself. It was like I detached myself in some way. I don't know. I was in another dimension, and I start to visualize something very like intuition. So I had very, very intuitively something about my job, my work, new ideas. It was like sprinkles of and waterfalls of new ideas, and it was so exciting. And then when you said visualize the life that you dream and your life, and I cried, and it was beautiful because I miss Bali so much, and I re-visualized myself there. So it was. I feel blessed. I feel so grateful and being here with all others. It's beautiful. I leave space for others. Ha-ho.
Oh, thank you, Dave. Beautiful brother. Who would like to share next? Go ahead, Amanda. Are you open to me sharing your image as well?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it was truly beautiful, and I want to thank you, Alex, and everybody else here. And I love your wisdom and the knowledge and the intelligence of the human body, and it was really deep for me. I've been really vulnerable through a process that I went through with my court case with having a boyfriend from a year. Really took me back to some trauma, and I was able to make peace with the 5-year-old that was abused and used and violated, and the trust. So I know that I can, try to be busy and do, and I've been untangling that and pulling that away to not have to prove and be perfect and busy and the career woman. Yeah, so I was really able to meet my little girl and love her and make peace with the person and the time and the moment, and could really see the expansion of where it had held me back, and then my wings were open and I saw colors and my beautiful new life and rebirthing some different programs. So it was really, really beautiful, and thank you. And yeah, it was special. Aho.
Oh, thank you, Amanda, and thank you for being here and your trust over the years. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anyone else who wish to share, and know that everything is welcome, even if you feel your share is heavy. I would love for you to honor us. If something less pleasant happened, also welcoming that. Just all experience welcome. Who would like to share next? Yeah, as always, you don't have to share, but take advantage of the space. Hey, it's another Antonia Eder. What can I do? Whoever has their hand up, unmute yourself.
Me, I'm the real one.
Are you the real one? You share. Are you okay with me putting you in the visible?
Yeah.
So it's your fault if everybody's Antonia Eder in this group.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know everybody would have my name.
Because you share the link in the group chat.
Yeah.
Okay, I got that. All right, please go ahead.
So for me in the beginning, it was very triggering because in the beginning of I'm gonna cry.
Take your time, and it's okay. Just take your time. Just breathe. It's okay. No need to suppress it. Just take your time. Feel it. It's all right. It's all right. Just feel it. Yeah.
In the beginning of the year, I found out that I joined a cult and I left the cult, but it was related to Tantra and sacred sexuality. And like your session was so beautiful, but everything you said just reminded me of being in that space. But it felt so. I mean, I've worked through it many times, and I don't know how many times more it's gonna come up, but it felt really healing. And I'm very grateful. Thank you. And also, I just realized how important movement is and that the body really stores anything. Because in that course we were doing exactly the same, just a bit more intense. And yeah, I'm very grateful to have gone through this and to have felt it and to have let it go again, again and again and again. So thank you for your work. Thank you for yeah.
Thank you, Antonia. And do you need more space to share what happened?
It was because they also recorded us and put us Oh, I've never said that in public. So
It's
there
okay.
we go.
Just feel into it, and I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. Just check if you feel you want to share that or not.
And I put it on the internet, and that's why I also felt so triggered by having the camera on.
Mm.
Yeah, but
Yeah, well, if you want, I'm happy to stay after, where there will be no recording, and happy to be present for you. And yeah, and I think with whoever wants to stay and talk about this topic of misuse of sexual energy, I think it's a big topic. It's such a powerful natural energy, and when it's misused and not done in integrity, it's unfortunate. And yeah, I'm sorry you went through that.
thank you.
Mm.
Aho.
Aho. Let's receive one breath, everyone. Inhale and out. Is there more you need from us, Antonia? Do you feel complete?
Yeah, I feel complete. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Who else wish to share?
Can I share? I can't figure out how to get my hand to show up.
Yes, if I can. And is it okay if I put you in the spotlight? Are you open to that?
Sure.
Go ahead.
So this wasn't my first time doing breath work, and I've been practicing it quite regularly for the last few weeks, and I first of all, you do an amazing job leading it. I really felt very at peace, and I gave myself permission this time to, before I felt like I was being an overachiever, like trying to push it and hold the longest breath hold, breathe so deeply in. And when you gave us permission to just do the opposite of that, it really put me in a much more relaxed state. And I started to wonder, though, because I've had so many breakthroughs with trauma, breath work has been amazing for it. I'm feeling more and more at peace the more I do this. So I also am kind of noticing it in a way. I'm feeling desensitized a little bit too, that maybe there's a deeper level, or maybe this is just the practice that I should be just doing regularly because it feels great. And so that was the first part of my experience, is just kind of thinking through where I'm at in my whole breath work journey. And then I noticed when you started to say my name, wow, I got so emotional. It was like I was recognized, and that's like one of my trigger points. My trauma is not feeling recognized. So it had not necessarily even anything to do with the breath work, but the fact that you just said my name was really powerful.
Can you look at the participants? I see a few hands moving. I think Claire is also moving, and then there are a few that are feeling there as well. So thank you for speaking for them as well.
And then in the end, I got all these creative ideas, and it's just this. It just reaffirms exactly what breathwork does for me. So that desensitizing, I realized, no, I still feel it. So it was amazing. Thank you.
Very welcome, Brian. Let's receive one breath. Inhale.
Aho.
Aho. Ha. Anyone else wish to share? You may. Can I put you? Is it okay if I put you in spotlight?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Go ahead.
All right. First of all, Alex, thank you so much. I've written down whatever I felt. I consider myself grateful and fortunate enough to be attending this. And I also realized the importance of music, and the kind of music you had put. It was exceptional, because I didn't know that music can also trigger points in you and bring out the emotions that you want to feel, but you're not able to feel completely. So thank you
Me?
for that.
Me?
Sorry?
You said that you were talking about me?
I'm talking about the music.
Yeah,
Music.
what about the music?
It was exceptional, I thought.
Yes. And then?
Yeah. So it kind of brought in the emotions that were, deep within me, and I was not able to pull them out, but the music did that. So I thought the music was an exceptional connector, and it brought that tingling sensation in my body. And I was feeling tight earlier, like I was feeling a lot of neck pain, shoulder pain, back pain, stiff. But the music and your instructions and like how to go about it, I started feeling light in my body. My hip felt light, I don't know how. And I got this tingling sensation, and gradually, what I felt one with the universe. So I was raising my hands, and I don't know why, but I felt like I and universe are one, and there is no problem. I started to feel that there is no problem. I don't know from where that came up. I've never felt so. I'm, I'm mostly, getting bogged down by, okay, this is happening, that is happening. So thank you for that. That was a high point in my breath work. And number two, I also felt, like I got the thought of forgiving myself, which I usually don't get. Like you said, forgive yourself, and it's not your fault. I could relate to that so much. That brought in the again, I went deep inside, and all my childhood traumas and everything. So I started crying in between the breath work, but it was very enlightening in the sense of I didn't realize I have to forgive myself. I always thought, okay, no, Vidhu, you don't know this. You got to do it better. Come on, buck up. You don't know this. Okay, so you are way behind. But today I felt that no, I'm pressurizing myself too much. I need to lighten up and forgive myself for whatever I don't know, because I keep telling myself, Vidhu, you are as per your age, you don't know a lot of things, so you're way behind. So thank you, because I could de-stress, and I stopped pressurizing myself.
Thank you,
I
Vidhu.
connect. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
And I want to tell you the third thing. I also gave a hug to all the people that I hate. I don't know why. Like not hate, maybe I dislike. I was giving a hug to them. I don't know why. When I felt one with the universe, that was exceptional for me, because I could see their face while my eyes were closed, that I'm giving them a hug. So thank you so much, Alex. I consider myself more than fortunate to have been attending this. I'm blessed. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Everyone inhale. And out.
Ow.
Now, anyone else wish to share? Give a bit more time. Last chance. Go ahead, Sarah. Go ahead. Are you open to me sharing you as a spotlight?
Yes, that's fine. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I had a lot of stuff come up about my mother, but it's hard to describe really. I think a lot of it happened before I was able to speak, but there's a lot of I've been experiencing a lot of rage, but then that something else came through today. A kind of grief or sadness. And your question, how do you want to live now? Felt really powerful. I don't have an answer, but the question moves me a lot, actually. Thank you, Saho.
Everybody inhale. And out. Okay, one more share, last share. Anyone? Everybody feels complete. Do you have questions? Go ahead, Jane.
When I do breath work, I get this quite a lot of pulsating, I'm noticing, especially when I breathe continuously in the mouth. So it's like, it's real, like a prominent poke. So I had one on my cheek, I had one on my eyebrow. And I'm just wondering if that's just the energy moving, because it's quite prominent. It's really obvious. And it's happened 3 times now when I do my breath work. So I'm just curious to know, is it energy releasing, leaving, or is it, I don't know what it is, or is it anything?
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
When you are working, and finally you take a break or you go on holiday and then you get sick. Like when we push ourselves all the time, all of a sudden, now we have a moment of rest, and then the whole body gets to compensate. I think when we practice those modalities, we are really creating space. And when we are creating space, then the body is saying, okay, now it's my time. Now there is space, I can express. And it's just pointing direction and revealing what's already there. So I do believe in the intelligence of the body. And when we get out of the way, then all of a sudden things come to the surface. And it can point into tension somewhere, or a manifestation, an itchiness, something. And it's very much your body says, knock, knock. Hey, let's pay attention to that. And this, you are talking about the belts of tension around the eyes, the nose, the ear, which whole system is connected also through the mouth. So, what I always say is like we are good with answers now. We go to ChatGPT, and before we were going to Google, but we don't know where to go for questions. And I love breathwork for that, because it's a space where we find the questions, and the body is bringing answers, and we just need to be with it and listen and inquire, but a little bit like you would inquire a friend or a child that has not been heard. He says, okay, maybe I'm sorry I didn't always listen to you, but now I'm here and I want to listen to you, and I'm paying attention, and I'm not going anywhere, so tell me. And then all of a sudden the body starts expressing what has been suppressed there. And it's not always easy to make sense of it, because sometimes it doesn't have to be something that is related to you. It can be related to your ancestors. It can be related to past lives. So sometimes we don't get answers, but I find that the fact that we give space for the body to express, in my opinion, it's enough for the body to feel heard, and then there is no need for tension, and ease can come back in the body. And maybe your vision will improve, and other things might come. And I do believe in my heart that is the antidote to disease. And that's very much about tuning in, giving space, bringing ease, and the body's happy. And it's important what I'm saying, that it's not necessarily related to something that the mind can pinpoint, because we love answers, we love rationality, but no, we are also vessels. So to give that the space. So yeah, I'm not sure I'm answering, but this is all I have for you. Thank you, Jane. Flora, and are you open to me adding you?
Yes, no problem. Thank you. Okay, I have something to share, and I also have a question. May I do both?
Please.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the first one that I want to share, that I felt in the beginning, I thought I don't need to share this, but then as we getting closer, I felt I need to share this. Okay. At almost the end, just when after a lot of, I think, energy has been released, I still sense some, but it's much less now. When we arrived to the last song, when you said, imagine the life that you want to live, or something like that, I didn't make any conscious effort, actually. I was just being in the moment. And but then I saw a vision of me, but being kind of like a kid, like a little girl, laughing, running with a kite. Like I'm playing kite. I'm like a little girl laughing, running happily, playing with a kite. So I thought, what? This is the life that I want. And that's doesn't make sense, right? Number one, I'm not a child. And number two, do I want a life playing a kite? So it's like that. But and then as you said, I'm uh because that's kind of surprising. I thought of what I thought I want to do. So I'm returning back to, so what about this? I'm bringing the thought of what I thought I want to do. And exactly after when I did that, I felt the tense in my body. So I thought, well, I thought this is the right thing. The one that I thought, the one that I'm doing, maybe to be exact, it's the perspective that I'm doing, that I'm using right now. I thought this is the right thing. And I returned back to the vision where I saw myself running as a little girl. And I asked for guidance. What is this? Why am I looking at this? What do I need to do? And something like that lah. Because I don't want to just see it and okay, I don't know what that means. And suddenly, not like all of a sudden, suddenly I got an understanding. And this is what I thought I probably need to share. What needs to be changed in me from what I saw is not exactly what I'm doing. It's okay to do what I'm doing right now, but it seems like God or the source or the universe wants me to do what I'm doing with that attitude. So whatever it is that I'm trying to do right now, I'm trying to kind of like fly something, make something go up, but it's like he through my body tries to tell me that the perspective of you doing that should be like that. It's supposed to see it like a play, like a game, where you are running and playing as you are trying to bring something high, as you are cooperating with the nature, with wind, with cloud, with everything. As you're bringing those up high, you are running, you are playing, you are laughing, you're really enjoying all that you are doing. But with that, but but even though it sounds like something serious, like you're working, you're
Thank
having
you, Flora.
meetings. Yeah.
Just if you can keep it brief.
Oh, okay. So that's the point. Thank you for the change of mind that is brought by the breath work. And so my question is, Alex, lots of times uh, there is a, what do you call it? There is a sensation that I cannot understand in my stomach. Um, can you explain or more, should I do it again? I feel a lot relief in my stomach, but it's kind of a different thing when I touch my face. It's like there is something more biological there in the stomach. Is that something normal?
How's your digestion?
Eh, eh, not really. Okay.
But you're saying you don't have tension in your belly, but you have tension in your face, or I misunderstood?
Hmm. I don't know. Is it a tension or I just the hands is just kind of moving all over my face, but this is like for comfort, while the one in my belly is like for something being processed, if that is understandable. It's like something biological is being processed there. I don't know. Not like a tense. I don't know. But
Okay.
yeah, but I got a bloated stomach and all that. Yeah.
You
Mm,
have bloated stomach, you
I
said.
did. Yeah. Mhm.
So it's funny, what's coming to me is in your share that you did, what was coming to me when you were sharing before is
Mhm.
that you were digesting it too fast. Like you already had an explanation about the kite and rationalizing, like almost like you
Mm.
already had processed, you just come out of this and
Mhm.
you already have the answer and everything is like wow.
Mhm.
And my thought before you even mentioned, why I was smiling was, wow, she's digesting super fast. You know, like
Mm.
there is a moment for the experience to learn, and it's quite big what you shared, and at the same time you rationalized it very fast.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, so it means quick digestion,
Oh. Ooh.
and
Mm.
the the digestion, the belly is very interesting. We hold a lot of trauma in our belly because we don't have bones to protect it. Unlike shoulders and jaw, it's a very vulnerable place in the body.
Mm.
And of course, what is the role of the stomach and the intestine is to digest, you know? So,
Mhm.
and when we are being fed something and we cannot digest it, then of course it's affecting the belly. That's why so many people have digestion issues, is very much
Mm.
about that. And why people are having diarrhea when they go to India, because there is too much information. We cannot digest all the information. So, okay, we have
Oh.
belly in many countries, in Indonesia also, and because it's so much and it's so different from our culture if you come from the West.
Mm.
So the digestion is very interesting because we always say, oh, but it's obvious because it's the food, but it's everything that we integrate and that we eat and we swallow. And it's of course information, it's thoughts, it's emotions that are not properly, don't give it the space to digest. Um, so just the reflection back on your first share and that experience. But I witnessed you a lot during the breath, and I really felt your heart and your commitment, and how fully you were going, you were all in when it comes to expressing yourself and your emotions. So this is also beautiful, and I want you to also celebrate that you're, it's inspiring to see your reflection on your connection with your belly and your
Mm.
face. But what comes to me is maybe a little bit more softness and time and space. And you seem in a hurry. That's what's coming, and rushing. And it's, yeah, that's what's coming.
Okay. Wow. Thank you. That's the really surprising insight. Never thought of that, but that makes sense. Thank you so much, Alex.
You're welcome. And it's very much like that whenever something's going on, it's to go back to what is the purpose of that part in the body, what is literally what it is doing. And then all of a sudden, you really change your relationship. I give you just a few examples. All my life, I had Achilles pain, you know, these tendons at the bottom of the foot. A lot of pain, to the point that I couldn't, for many years, like 10 years, I couldn't walk barefoot. I needed shoes and compensation, and it was really, I couldn't walk. And what is the purpose of Achilles? Is to make you taller, right? And you cannot, so when you have this pain in the tendon, it's somehow I cannot expand. And one of my trauma and one of my beliefs is that the highest value in life is ambition. Because of my life story, my father wanted me to be, he calls me Alexander after Alexander the Great. So the pressure I had of being ambitious. Yeah. So all my life, that's what I thought. So all my life, I always wanted to go higher and to do better. And what is the body telling me? No, you cannot extend. And now, how am I healing my Achilles? You know, you have some people in my team who are here even supporting, is by not putting pressure on myself, not having expectation when it comes to my work, and communicating that, and doing my work on my relationship with, and the unhealthy relationship to ambition,
Oh.
and softening with it, and being more receptive and less pushy, which is
Oh.
big deal for me. And the Achilles pain is gone. You know, and it's very much like that. And I can give you 100 examples of my own body. The moment I listen And it's painful because it's often things that are really deep and really stuck. But the moment I do that, the body is happy. I am listening. He doesn't need to express anymore. And it's crazy, but it's 100% like that. And when I was, so I don't have the space to share about my life, but basically I was, like a lot of people, but I was really conditioned. My father had a lot of ambition, and I was pushed on certain values and certain things that I didn't really want to receive that. And I was always getting sick with, how do you call this little thing that people cut when you get sick all the time? The tonsils. Yeah. So I had always infection in my throat. And then to the point where my parents, and a lot of kids do that, they cut my tonsils. Okay. But what is the role of the tonsil? The tonsil is a protection for the immune system. And when you don't have these tonsils, basically, my immune system is my protection, is how I'm protecting my body. But I am now, say, remove your protection. Let's remove the tonsils. And when I don't have tonsils, we can push more things down my throat. So it's crazy to now look at every operation, and why am I bold? And the relationship with power and the hair, the power, the boldness is, the hair is the center of power. The American Indians, they scalp, they remove the hair to cut the power of people. And the British lawyers, they have fake hair to make them feel more important. So there is a lot of power that is related to the hair. So, so now, instead of saying, oh, I'm bold because I'm bold, or I have glasses because I have glasses, and I have this, no luck. No, you can really go back to every element of your physiology, really, every element of your physiology. Any health issue, any behavior as a symptom, as a manifestation of the unconscious. And you have all the clues to get to know yourself. You have no idea how excited I am for life, because every day I get to study and learn and learn about myself. And it's the best journey ever. So my friends, we have 2 more minutes, and I want to make space for Antonia, and we will close the official part of this workshop. But I really would love for some people who feel called to become transformational coach. It's way beyond breath work. It's way beyond circling. It's way beyond cold baths. Those are just tools, and you will be an expert in them. I'm complete geeky, and I can explain the science of all these things. I absolutely love it. But bottom line, you will reconnect with your body. You will reconnect with life. You will discover a sense of ease and joy in your body that you didn't even know was there. A connection to pleasure. That is our birthright. And you will be able to help others live their best life. So I will select people because I want to work with people who are ready for it. Because it's not a walk in the park. It's a path of truth, and truth hurts. So it's for people who really are bisons ready to go through the fire and through the storm. But it's an amazing deal because it's a third of what I will sell the course for, and for the value that you're going to get. But it's for me, it's a demonstration of what we can do as humans. I do believe that we can change the world with this kind of modalities, but not by telling people anything, not pushing on any values anymore, but just giving them a space to breathe, a space to feel, and to speak their truth. And that's pretty much it. If I'm fully authentic and myself, what I'm telling you is there is a space for you to be completely yourself. But at no point in my training, I'm going to tell you anything that you're not ready to receive. And I'm going to give you the clues for you to find for yourself. And the secret is community. So you think you're going to learn from me because that's what you hear from now, but you can ask all the graduates. What they receive is very much the impact of the community. And we just had, Antonia being vulnerable for a minute, and I conscious that it's recorded, and I want to honor her that we're going to do this offline, but or not recorded. But imagine being in a vortex, which is of course confidential, where all parts of you are welcome, where you can share from the heart without being judged, fully yourself. Man, it's the best. And I just want for people to experience that, because you can live before you die. You don't have to be focused on people are obsessed with living longer. I think it's completely ridiculous. I don't care about longevity. I want to guess the best of my life now, today, not thinking about what I'm going to be like when I'm 90 and surviving. No, it's how do I find joy every day? How do I reconnect with my demons and integrate those parts? And feel just remove fear, shame, and guilt from my life. I promise you, if I've done it, everybody can do it, because that's the three energies that have driven me for 40 years. It's all I knew. And that's it. So that's so please reach out. I'll send the links, and we'll do interviews, and we'll connect, and very soon we'll be starting. All right. Is there any other question before I pause recording? Everybody feels complete. All right, so thank you for watching. You're welcome to stay. Now I'm going to pause the recording, and we can continue with integration of things that will be confidential. Love to all. And last thing, tomorrow we do cold bath. So I'll send an email with the instruction for cold bath tomorrow. And if you are not in the WhatsApp group chat, I'll put the link again. Mehek can put the link and in the group chat. And tomorrow cold bath. So be prepared. You have received all the instruction by email on what to do with cold bath. And with that, let's receive 3 breaths to close. Inhale. 2 more times. And one last time. And let it go.